In our last video, we discussed a little bit about will being a modal verb. We're going to talk today about futurity. And as I mentioned, English has no future tense as such. So we have lots of options that we use and ways to express future. So let's have a look at that. There are at least 6 ways of expressing future if we include talking about the future in a past context. We will look at 4 of the common usages of futurity. Note that in most cases in conversation, it's clear what the context is, allowing us to decide whether to clarify time using a time adjunct or adverbial to indicate futurity when it's not otherwise clear in the context. This is true for the so-called present tense when we use be together with the affix ing, wrongly named progressive or continuous. Continuous or progressive are misleading terms and limiting, since the be plus verb plus ing may also express intermittency, exceptions, or temporary situations, not to mention incomplete witnessing of an event. In the case of the present simple or indicative, we usually specify a time adjunct or the fixed time according to a timetable. Then we have a modal plus be plus verb with ing. In other cases, we might use will or other modals, word combinations like be going to, and some other word chunks like be bound to, or simply be to plus base verb, regardless of whether we use simple aspect or then for longer time periods the continuous aspect. The so-called present simple is not actually temporal, and so present is also the wrong label. So what is so-called present progressive continuous has 4 functions to express temporality, but also futurity and temporary situations, exceptions to routine, and actions happening over a longer period. And of course, the ing actually focuses on the verb itself. So I'm leaving town for a few days. The leaving is the focus. Be going to is often gonna, be gonna, of course. And so this has an affinity or an attraction or an emotion. Intentions, ambitions are included there. We have foreseeable future events and visible actions. We can also use it for longer time periods when we combine it with the ing form. I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be talking, and so on. So the will modal really has these functions signaling a condition. Will always implies if conditional, even when if isn't explicitly stated. It indicates a dependability, spontaneous decisions, offers, promises, reassurance, predictions, deductions, and actions for a longer period when we add will be plus the ing again. There's a way to remember will as being the will of Allah. We will is like a wheel set in motion, and yawl is like to set sail. Present simple serves 4 functions. We have general facts, ongoing routines, reading timetables, schedules, agendas for usually future events, and then an event that one has no power to change. The train leaves at 6 p.m. tomorrow. It leaves without fail and with or without the speaker. There are other forms of using future, which we can see here with just simply the verb be. They also have a different function. So here you can see a demand, an order, necessity. We also have we are due to finish, predictions, deductions, and we are bound to win the match. So that is the aspect of will. It is always a condition, always volition. That's where the will comes from, our volition. Predictions, possibly foreseeable future, though that's also with be going to. And be going to is with intention, ambition, emotions, rationale, reasoning, conjecture. And will is for promises and reassurances, doubts, and also spontaneity. A chart that I made shows three different ways of expressing future contexts. Now, it seems difficult in the beginning, but these things, when you practice using them and understand the underlying meaning behind a word like will, the volition, or going to the feeling, the gut feeling, with time you'll get it. Thanks for watching.